Hey, welcome. Today, we are diving deep into project management. You know, that invisible force that turns big ideas into real things, from massive skyscrapers to the app on your phone. But here's the thing, there's a huge philosophical split right down the middle. So the question is, are you an architect who needs that perfect blueprint before laying a single brick? Or are you a gardener who nurtures an idea and lets it grow? Let's figure it out. Oh man, we've all been there, haven't we? You've got this brilliant concept, a really talented team, but the whole thing just collapses into chaos. It's so frustrating, and almost every single time, it comes down to one thing: how the whole project was or wasn't being held together. And that's where this idea comes in: project integration management. Seriously, the best way to think about it is as the glue. It's the set of practices that make sure all the different moving parts of a project aren't just bumping into each other, but are actually working in perfect harmony. So let's talk a little more about this project glue. I mean, what makes it so unbelievably critical for getting anything done? You see, the real job of a project manager isn't just about ticking off boxes on a to-do list. It's about being the conductor of an orchestra. They have to make sure the marketing team's violins are in tune with the engineering drums. They step in to resolve conflicts, so everyone is playing from the same sheet music. The whole point is to create a beautiful symphony, not just a bunch of noise. And this is where it gets really interesting, because there are two fundamentally different ways to be that conductor. I love this way of thinking about it. It's a battle of philosophies, the architect versus the gardener. Okay, so here's the heart of it. On one hand, you've got the architect, our traditionalist. They believe in creating a master blueprint where every single detail is planned out before you even start. But on the other hand, you have the agile gardener. They know they want a beautiful garden, sure, but they plant some seeds, see what sprouts, and adapt as they go. It's really a choice between total predictability and constant adaptability. So how does this actually play out in the real world? Let's start right at the beginning, at the birth of a project. And wow, the difference is huge, right from day one. The traditional architect kicks things off with a very formal document, the project charter. The whole process is about getting official authorization. The agile gardener? Totally different vibe. They start with a shared vision and a rough list of ideas, all hashed out in collaborative workshops and by talking directly to customers. So this project charter, you can basically think of it as a project's official birth certificate. It's a formal document that says, yes, this project exists, it gives the project manager the authority to run it, and it lays out the big goals. It's all about establishing a clear, official, and documented starting line. Now, the gardener's favorite tool is pretty much the exact opposite. A lean canvas is a simple, one-page business model. It's designed to be super fast and flexible. The whole idea is to skip the formal paperwork and focus on one thing: getting everyone on the same page about the idea, like right now. Okay, so we've kicked off the project. Let's move on to the next phase and see how each approach handles the planning of the actual work. Well, the architect's big move is to create one single comprehensive plan that tries to map out the entire project from start to finish before it begins. The gardener's plan, though, is more like a collection of living documents, a high-level roadmap, a prioritized to-do list that's always changing. One is prescriptive. It tells you exactly what to do. The other is adaptive. It changes as you learn. And the gardener uses this really clever technique called rolling wave planning. Think of it like you're driving a car at night. Your headlights show you the road right in front of you in perfect detail, right? But the road way off in the distance is just a fuzzy shape. That's the idea. You plan the very next steps meticulously, but you keep the long-term plan intentionally flexible. And this all comes together in what's called an agile sprint. It's this powerful, repeating cycle. You plan a small chunk of work, you do it with quick daily check-ins, you show off what you built, and then, and this is the most critical part, you reflect on how to do it even better next time. It's like having a built-in engine for continuous improvement. But what happens when things go wrong? You know, when the customer suddenly changes their mind, or some new technology comes out of nowhere? What happens when life throws you a curveball? Now, this is where the two philosophies really, truly clash. The architect sees change as a threat. It's something that could derail the master plan. So they have a slow, formal approval process to minimize any disruption. But the gardener? The gardener welcomes change. They see it as an opportunity to deliver something even better. And it's all managed fluidly by a product owner who is constantly reshuffling priorities. But hold on, this doesn't mean it's complete chaos. Agile creates this really smart balance. The chunk of work a team commits to doing in a short sprint, that's locked in. No curveballs allowed mid-sprint. But the overall project backlog, the big list of everything that could be done, that's always open to change between sprints. So you get stability in the short term and flexibility in the long term. Pretty cool, right? And instead of those super dense 100-page status reports, Agile relies on simple, visual ways to track progress. Tools like a burn-down chart can tell you in a split second if you're on track. A Kanban board makes it obvious to everyone where the bottlenecks are. The whole goal is total transparency, making progress crystal clear to the entire team all the time. So after all that, who wins? The architect or the gardener? Well, the truth is neither of them. The right choice depends completely on what it is you're trying to build. Look, if you're building a bridge, you absolutely need an architect. The laws of physics aren't going to change, and predictability is literally a matter of life and death. But if you're developing a brand new app, you have to be a gardener. You have no idea what users are actually going to want, so your survival depends on adapting to their feedback. And this might be the single most important thing to remember. These are just tools in a toolbox, not religions. The real goal isn't to be agile or to be traditional. The goal is to pick the right tool for the job so you can be successful. So, to wrap up this great divide, the architect's superpower is predictability, which is perfect for stable, known environments where sticking to the plan is everything. The gardener's superpower is adaptability, which is absolutely essential for uncertain, fast-changing worlds where collaboration is king. Two different strengths for two very different kinds of problems. And that brings us to our final thought, a question just for you. When you take on any task, big or small, at work or just in your life, are you naturally an architect who needs that full blueprint before you start? Or are you a gardener who likes to plant a seed and just see what grows? Thinking about your own style is the first step to becoming more effective, no matter what it is you're building. Thanks for hanging out with me today.